Hey guys, Federalist again. Just watched a video from a guy named Joe Gully, and this is something that it's troubling, and it's one of those verging on the conspiratorial sounding black helicopter crowd might have spread it kind of video. The topic is the FEMA camps. Um, you've heard everything. I mean, I'm sure already about FEMA camps. I've heard conspiracies about rounding up illegal aliens and putting them in these camps and preparing them to be deported. I've heard that these camps are made to house people who are political dissenters. You know, that would be on the far extreme end. The NRA, citizen soldiers who believe that, you know, we've gone too far, and, you know, in this martial law that's apparently people are claiming that there's a martial law that's about to be imposed under the guise of doing something for the swine flu. Um, I just want to, you know, I don't want to believe that about my country. I really don't. But at the same time, you know, government has kind of gone a little out of control lately. I don't know if anybody's noticed or not, but they're chewing up big portions of, you know, what used to be private sector. You know, here in America, we don't take to that very well. We just don't. We like the private sector. We like government to be a bit smaller, most of us. Um, it's a shame that we've gone this far, uh, you know, bailing out the auto industry so that we can essentially nationalize it. Um, Other things would be the banking bailout. Stimulus, you know, we've written a couple of bills that were kind of lame and stupid and ineffective. Um, they are what they are. It's all just, you know, if you put a federal bureaucracy at the head of anything, it's going to be mishandled. There's going to be cronyism. There's going to be handouts to the people who helped the people at the top who are now giving the handouts. It just can't go anywhere worse. But now these FEMA camps, this is kind of something that I've heard so much about, just kind of shuffling through YouTube and checking it out. I happen to know a few members of law enforcement and a good many soldiers. Um, all of them, pretty much to a man, are basically saying that, you know, they would never, you know, and this is in confidence, I'm not going to name names or anything, but all these people in confidence are telling me that there is no freaking way that they're going to put American, you know, people under, you know, under martial law. They would never go about trying to rip up the Constitution and sort of just start putting political dissenters away like this is some banana republic or like Venezuela or something, you know, like good old Hugo Chavez. You know, they would never support something like that. And when you're a soldier or when you're a law enforcement agent, your primary function is to uphold the Constitution. It's not, a lot of people have a lot of different ideas about law enforcement, a lot of different ideas about military people. Um, Apparently, our you know director of Homeland Security is kind of looking at people in those, you know, areas as being potentially dangerous people. Um, you know, those are people who love their country a lot. You know, they loved it so much that, you know, they've gone off and spent extended periods of time in a very dangerous place like Afghanistan or Iran, or sorry, Iraq. We haven't done anything with Iran yet. But basically, these people love their country. They love the freedom that they enjoy. They feel a sense of security within this country. And I believe it still is the shining city on a hill. You know, in the world, you have more free market people wanting to come here and test their skills and compete in a private industry than anywhere. You just don't see it anywhere else. I mean, we have people in the financial sector that might move to London because London at least used to have a great financial district and a lot of financial dealings. Um, Not maybe so much anymore. If you listen to Nigel Farage over at the UKIP, United Kingdom Independence Party, a lot of that is being mitigated now and moved to Brussels. They're trying to centralize power. Not UKIP. UKIP is fighting against the centralization of power, at least for Britain. But you know, over here we have a big freedom movement. We have the Tea Party guys. I was one, and we have people who are honest to goodness libertarians, seeing our country moving away from freedom. I just, all these people are being looked at like they're strange, you know, like they have some, like they've come from Mars with these ideas of liberty and freedom. Wow, what a shame, because that used to be exactly what we are, you know, or what we were. You know, you came here, you didn't ask the government for a handout. You know, you asked the government, you know, to just do a few basic things for you and stay small, unobtrusive. They were not in your everyday life telling you what kind of cars to drive and, you know, who's talking hate speech because they're politically dissenting. Um, we didn't have this. It was better the other way. And I think a lot of people are finally starting to see that. And it makes me happy that a lot of people are. But the thing is, we've come so far. We really have. We've come so far to the left where the government has got to be looked to take care of everything. Your very life, everything about your life is starting to become regulated. You know, I'm sorry, we've ruined ourselves. We have the great beacon of hope. You know, people used to think that our streets were paved with gold because there were such prospects here of freedom and of liberty and the freedom of speech and everything else that we had, and the freedom to keep and bear arms to keep ourselves so. And it seems that every turn, our government, mostly the left, you know, the liberal Democrat wing, has sought to erode those freedoms. And I don't know why they see it that way, but they're just trying to just erode our freedoms down to where they, you know, they can somehow provide for whoever they feel like they should take care of, and not provide for whoever they don't, you know, which would be like political dissenters. You know, it just sounds so black helicopter to me, and it really isn't my thing. I really, you know, I'm the one that basically, I'm just a conservative, you know, more libertarian, but, you know, I just want to kind of return to what we had. And I believe in the political arena, the ideas of conservatism and of libertarianism will win. But not in a rigged contest. Not when Acorn is out doing their thing, you know, collecting up people to vote 40 times. You know, I live near Chicago, and of course everybody knows about Chicago, you know, for cry eye. I mean, you can't swing a dead cat by the tail, you know, without hitting a corrupt politician or somebody that's grafting off the public largesse. Yeah, it's sickening. Illinois sickens me. I wish I could leave. I wish I really could leave. It's unfortunate. And all I can say to the author of that previous video I spoke about was that I really do hope, brother, that this is not what's going to happen. You know, he speaks of 21 million African Americans being rounded up and summarily shoved into these camps to do God knows what after that. I really want to believe that is not what's going to happen. You know, I'm a white guy. Clearly that wouldn't affect me. I guess I wouldn't be rounded up in that case. But that's not right. And we know, you know, that would be sick and sinister. And I want to believe that that's not the case. On the other hand, I want to believe a lot of things about America that have just simply not happened, you know, the way I thought that they would here. So I don't blame you for, as most people are, getting their guns together, getting their ammunition together, and being prepared to resist any form of government tyranny. I don't blame you. And if that's the fight we're in for, then so be it. That's fine. You know, we are the land of the brave, are we not? I don't blame anybody for upholding their liberty in just the way our framers and founders intended it. If that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. And, you know, if we, the last bastion of freedom and democracy in the world, and the free market is going to vanish, I would rather burn out than fade away. So, brother, may it never be so, but I don't blame you for thinking that way. Peace.